My idea is, how do you get this 99 percentile at least in the QA section? Do not ask me about DILR and VARC. Do not ask me about everything irrelevant which is not for quant. And I'm going to take it up today because my idea is if you take one thing at a time, focus one thing at a time, you will be able to do a better chance. What I'll try to promise you is at the end of this session, you can create a 5-month action plan for yourself. I'm going to give you a broad action plan, considering that you might not even have started your preparation. But I'm going to tell you, you know where you are. Like a Kirti Verma has said, 1 month of preparation for quantitative ability I have done. Oh, sorry, arithmetic ability I have done. Fair enough. So what should you do in June? What should you do in July? June, almost the last 10 days. What should you do in August, September, October, November? How many times that revision has to be done? I think that is also very, very important for you to get scores. Okay, so now let's start this session. The 3 things that I'm going to do. Like, what is the biggest challenge of quant? The biggest challenge of quant, how to study, what to study, and the action plan. These are going to be my agenda items today. And let's take it up very quickly, one by one. The biggest challenge of quant. First, you need to understand what is your challenge that you have. Very, very likely that this year, the exam is going to be a 26 question paper with 40 minutes to solve. 26 questions, 40 minutes to solve. However, if just in case it is changed, if it changes, let me tell you, we will come back and tell you what and how you can change your thinking in that sense. What is desirable is a 99 percentile, but you need to start off with a minimum target of 95 percentile. You need to know what is it that you need to get for a 95 percentile. But also, do you know, my friends, that the IIM Ahmedabad and the IIM Shillong cutoffs for quantitative ability is only 70 percentile? Do you know that the Bangalore, Calcutta, Indore, and Kozhikode IIMs, the cutoff is 80 percentile? Only IIM Lucknow has a cutoff of 85 percentile in quantitative ability. That's the bare minimum. And I'm talking about general category. Now, if you are from NCOB, CSC, ST, PWD, or whatever else that you have, the percentiles will be slightly less, maybe 70 for some, 60 for some, 50 for some more. But I'm saying, can we reach 95 percentile, whatever, irrespective of what your background is or what category is? My answer is, if you have done your 9th and 10th classes or 8th, 9th and 10th classes, if you have passed on your own without having cheated and looked at it, because the entire online exams have only started, you are not the COVID batch, you will have a chance to get a 99 percentile. Okay, that is what I want you to look at it. And what is this 95 percentile? What is this 80 percentile? I'm not even going to 70 percentile. Here is what you look at. We have a lot of resources available in Career Launcher, but the first important thing that I want you to look at is must know QA facts. One question people come back and ask me again and again, sir, is this year going to be a 2-hour exam or a 3-hour exam? My answer is, expectation wise, we believe it's going to be a 2-hour exam. If it changes, we will know exactly in about a month and 5 days from today. July 25th, 27th, we will get to know. So do not worry about it. The areas are not going to change. Only the pattern of the exam is going to change, right? So why are you bothered about it? You still have to prepare exactly the same way, whatever else you prepare. The exam technique for a 40-minute and a 60-minute might change. But what will not change is what you need to study and where you need to study from, or how much you need to study. Just because it's a 40-minute paper, you're not going to study any less than Vasudev. Please do not raise your hand, please. For the next 30 minutes, no questions will be answered. Don't waste your time raising hands. I hope, Ravi, am I audible, or is it because they're raising hands because they can't hear me?
No, you are audible, sir. That's fine. Also, people are using the Q&A option.
Ask them not to use it. And can you just remove the Q&A option, Shyam? You need, guys, all of you need to realize that by just by using some Q&A, I'm not going to answer those questions. The reason is very simple, guys. Please concentrate. Please try concentrating. And then individual questions also will get answered in a overall manner. Obviously, I don't have the time to kind of look at the 400 plus or 500 plus people who are there on screen today to be able to answer them one by one. But it's very, very important that you listen to me completely. This is what the numbers are stacked up as. Please see the screen a little more closely. Please see the screen little more closely. You will see that last year, out of the total 78 questions in the entire paper, the QA section had 26 questions. Out of these 26 questions, every question, of course, is for 3 marks. The marks required, or the total marks, were for 78. To get a 99 percentile, you needed just 43 marks. 43 by 3 is 14 questions. One more maybe. 15 questions. 15 questions out of 26. You might say, sir, are you crazy? I can't do 5 questions. You are talking about 15 questions. Yes, of course, I'm crazy. I am saying, don't even think of 15. Can you think of 20? Have it in you to think of that 20. Because if you don't even think of 20, you will not end up with 15 also. If you want to crack an exam like CAT, Harpreet, Kirti Verma, Vasudev, whoever is saying, I'm afraid of CAT, I'm afraid of quant, there is no shortcut. Don't think that by being fearful, you can get into an IIM Ahmedabad or a Bangalore or a Calcutta, or for that matter, even an IMT Ghaziabad. Why should an IMT Ghaziabad take you if you're so fearful of doing a addition, subtraction, multiplication? Why should you get a 12 lakh salary? Are there jokers sitting out there that you want a 25 lakh salary and you can't spend a little time doing basic revision and getting your basic mathematics? Please don't ask free stuff. Please don't expect life to be very easy. You talk to your seniors, they will tell you, boss, fight to hai. You have to put in fight. But don't expect that it is easy. But here what I'm trying to tell you is, it is not difficult. It is easy in a different manner. If somebody is able to attempt 5-6 questions now, 5 months to go, can you not, giving 2 hours a day per every day for 30 days, 60 hours you give, 60 hours you give, 2 hours per day, okay, 1 hour per day, okay, forget about everything else, 30 hours per day, 2 subjects, 2 chapters, can't you become better, or 2 or 3 chapters you can't become better to attempt 2 more questions and get them right? Do you really think it takes 15 hours to become better? Concepts. You need to become good in concepts. And to get in good in concepts, spend a little time. Don't be in a hurry to solve questions alone. You know, one of the biggest problems that all of us do is we spend time in writing mocks. You know, lots of people, there's a fashion to write a lot of mocks. That's not wrong. But without basics, you're doing the same mistake again and again and again. Only concepts, not writing mocks, that is the other extreme in life. You are so afraid of writing mocks that you feel that you will get so less marks that you don't even write a mock till the last day. How on earth will you write the exam? It is like going into a World Cup, either only playing matches and directly going to the World Cup because there is no improvement, you will get the same result, or directly going to the World Cup without getting any exposure to mocks, any exposure to any match play. Neither of them. Something called balance in life is important. And that balance, my friends, is important, which I am going to talk about as we go along. Here is what, focus closely on what is there on this. These are rounded off figures, obviously, but to get a 95 percentile, you need 10 net corrects. 10 net corrects. Meaning 10 correct and 0 wrong, 11 correct and 3 wrong, 12 correct and 6 wrong, 13 correct and 9 wrong, and 14 correct and 12 wrong. If you get out of 26 questions, 14 corrects and 12 wrongs, if you get 14 corrects and 12 wrongs, you will get 30 marks. That will be 95 percentile. Almost, I am telling you, at 50% accuracy levels. At exactly 50% accuracy levels, you will get 13 correct and 13 wrong, which will still be 26 marks, which will be 92, 93 percentile. 92, 93 percentile. In the same thing, if you look at 34 questions, 17 correct and 17 wrong, 17 threes are 51 minus 17 is 34, that will still be 90 percentile. Even if you have larger, more time, 60 minutes time. Now you might say, are you crazy once again, sir? ये क्या बकवास चल रहा है? How on earth can I attempt 34? I can't bloody attempt 10. And this joker is telling me to attempt 34. Is that even possible? Of course it is possible. Because you are thinking of what is an attempt itself is probably wrong. Because nobody told you attempt does not mean that I will mark alone. Attempt means I have spent time on that question in the exam. I have read that question. I read that question, deciphered. Decipher meaning is found out, unraveled. I deciphered that this question is from time, speed, and distance. This question is from quadratic equations. This question is from Venn diagrams. You have deciphered that, spent about a minute or so, realize that you can't get that because your concept is not good enough. Likewise, every one of the 26 questions you would have gone through, left 13 questions if required be, worst case. And if you have picked up 13 questions only from the 26 questions, which you solve, and solve ideally correctly, because that much only you know concepts, you will still get 97, 98 percentile. The idea is the golden rule of exam, a competitive exam, and it is not just for CAT, it's not just for quantitative ability, it is for DILR and VARC too. The golden rule is, if you come out of an exam hall without reading a question properly, I'm using the word reading a question properly, you are committing a criminal offense. You can't do that. How? Now this 5 months that I have, now the 5 months that you have, if you improve your concepts in a very systematic manner, you will know which questions you can't answer, because by looking at it, you will know that this is a level 3 question or a question which your concepts are very iffy. And you will also be able to recognize the easy questions, which probably will take 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to solve. Please understand one thing. If you have 40 minutes and for 13 questions, you spend 13 minutes even after reading and left this out, and the remaining 13 questions, you take 2 minutes to solve. That is 26 minutes. Plus 13 is 39 minutes. Obviously, I'm saying this is for a 95 percentile. This is for a 95 percentile. Obviously, if you want to get a 99 percentile, or somebody said 100 percentile, you just have to do 26 questions and get something like 20 or 19 right. 19, 20 right, Every question you give about 2 minutes. Think about it. 20 questions or 19 questions right into 2 minutes you give, 38 minutes. That means maximum you will spend 2 minutes on any question. The remaining 6 questions, you will spend 20 seconds per question to most probably leave them because you know that they are very, very difficult or lengthy, is enough to get your 99 percentile. 57, you will get a 100 percentile close to. Yeah, somebody has got more than that, but you will be almost close to a 99.99 percentile. But I'm not talking about that right now. Immediately, those of you who are really, really good at it, first get me a 99.5 that you can get. I will show you how to get 100 too. But right now, those of you who are afraid, boss, can you please try with this 80 percentile first? That's 5 questions. That will create cutoffs for everything except IIM Lucknow. For your quantitative section, 15 marks. 15 marks is 5 questions. 5 months to go. 5 months to go. How can you not get 50 percentile? How can you not get 80 percentile? The only reason why people will not get 80 percentile is because they don't even put in that effort, my friends. Understand that. Understand that. Okay, let me take it further. Let's look at what are the areas in quant. We have arithmetic and algebra. You know ratios, percentages, profit and loss, partnerships, simple interest, compound interest, averages, mixtures, time and work, time, speed, and distance. I'm also going to give you the number of concepts which are there in this. 7 areas which are there. How long will you take? Maybe 20 hours? 20 hours? I'm not saying you will solve in the actual exam, but at least getting the basic concepts right. Will it take more than 20 hours for what you have done in your school? Start teaching your kid brother or kid sister. It's better off. Algebra, basics of indices, logs, quadratics, progressions, functions, and set theory. Each one has 2 or 3 concepts, by the way, except for indices and logs a little bit more. Is it that difficult? I'm again actually going to showcase to you what is there, or numbers for that matter. All those weekend batches who are listening to me, this is all that is there. I've taken 10 hours for you. Numbers is done. I'm not saying you will be perfect, but at least you know the concepts. Now, to become better, put 10 more hours. Put 10 more hours. So 30 more hours in this, full 30 hours in this, you will start getting full marks, or at least 66% of the marks. Here you put 20 into 3, 60 hours, you will start getting all the marks that you want. Here you got 30 into 3, 90 hours, and you will start getting all your 2/3 of the marks. And another 10 or 15 into 3, 45. Here is what I'm saying, guys. 100, 200 hours at the max. 120, 225 is what it's showing. 225 hours. 225 hours. Where each area I am doing it thrice. Each area I am doing it thrice. I have 150 plus days to go. The next 2 months, spend 1 hour per day as a rule. You will finish your basics. Almost all of them. 2.5 months. Do it till September 15th. What is it? What are we? June, right? Start today. By end of August, finish 1 round of everything. Don't wait for career launchers classes to finish. You have the Funda books. Just go through them. You may not get everything, fair enough. But put in that effort to read it and come to the classes if you can. You know, the ideal way to get the best out of your classes is to read the basics and come to the classes. When the faculty is teaching you, you will get it. Wow, this is the way it is. And if he or she teaches you in a faster method, you will get that. But in the class itself, we want to do it. Half the times I see, sir, repeat, sir, repeat. That means you have done nothing to learn that. Why should you get into an IIM Ahmedabad? I keep coming back to this. If you don't want IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore, Kozhikode, FMS, XLRI, or MDI Gurgaon or SP Jain, no problems. You don't want IIMT Ghaziabad, no problems. You want to go to Timbuktu Institute of Management? Be my guest. Ask 100 times the same question. Please pay me 70,000, 50,000, 60,000. I'll keep repeating the same things. But if you really want to get into the absolute best college, you need to put in some effort, guys. You need to go back, and then when I teach you, or Ravi teaches you, or anybody else teaches you, you will see an amazing amount of improvement that you can have. Amazing amount of improvement you can have. Wait, I've done that. This is the resources that you have. You know what? The number of questions that are available to you, In algebra, in topic tests, there are 55 papers, 385 questions. In arithmetic, 700 questions. Geometry mensuration, 315 questions. Numbers, 500 questions. Only topic tests. Now you might say, sir, these are easy, mock questions are difficult. I know. I'm not a joker, guys. I'm not an idiot to tell you that to not understand this. But pehle to ye kar lo. Because the 13 questions that you want to solve out of the 26 will be more than sufficient if you really, really do this. Have you even noticed that? Sectional tests, 510 questions. 20 mocks will give you 680 questions. 10 master series, 340, or it will be less slightly. 6 original papers. 18 other CAT originals from 1991 to 2000 which are available, 2008 which are available, 1900 approximately, 4,000 questions, 4,000 questions. Into 3 minutes you take. That's divided by 60. This is 200 hours. Please notice what I'm writing. Let's say there are 4,000 questions that you have in front of you. Each question, if it takes 3 minutes for you to solve, divided by 60 minutes per each question, per hours. I'm converting them into hours. This is minutes. So this is 60 minutes per hour. Minutes gets cancelled. 3 goes 20 times. This is 200 hours. 200 hours. Remember, I said this, 225 hours. 3 minutes. Not all questions will take you 3 minutes. Some will take you 1 minute, some will take you 1.5 minutes, some will take you 2 minutes, some will take you 5 minutes. On an average, I am taking 3 minutes. If you really solve them, the way I will put it is, if you solve 50% of them properly, 50% of them twice, you will crack 99 percentile even if you are zero today. And that's my guarantee. So the resources, the classes available, see, you'll have to put in that extra effort. There's zero doubt about it. In fact, today, those of you who have attended that MBA summit, Sakshi was talking at 3 o'clock. She started her preparation in September. 2.5 months she put in effort. Every day, 10 hours it says. She quit her job. I mean, of course, now don't come back and ask me, sir, can we quit her job? I'm just giving you an example. She is a lawyer. She is a BA LLB from GLC, Government Law College, Mumbai. She was a practicing lawyer for 3 years. Thanks to COVID, the court stopped, and she thought she can become an MBA. 2.5 months. 2.5 months. We have 5 months to go. She cracked IIM Lucknow and a general study. Lucknow does not have anything else like an Indore for that matter. I mean, I am very clear about it, guys. If you really want it, first remove the fear. Harpreet Kaur, I hope you are listening to me. I don't have to remove fear, Harpreet. Aapko fear aaj, abhi, throw it out of your window, throw it out of your home, throw it out of wherever you're sitting and say, I don't care. If I get it, great. If I don't get it, I will do it again. Can you please tell that to yourself? Because if you're fearful, you will achieve nothing. Here is what I'm going to take you through, what to study and how. First, can you get back your quant foundation? Please, I'm sorry, this is one of my colleagues who has done this PPT very nicely, but I thought it would be nice to look at this. Quant foundation. You need to understand classification of numbers, basics of indices, basics of logs, basics of equations. NCERT 6th, 7th, 8th class books is enough for that. Basic classification. If a to the power m to the power n is not equal to a to the power m to the power n, you should know this. A to the power m to the power n is equal to a to the power m into n is equal to a to the power n to the power m. You should know this. Basics they are. Basics. Log 1 is equal to 0. Log 0, undefined. Nobody will tell you this. This was done. This is done. तुम्हारे बचपन में आपने किया है. भूल गए हो? No problems. What's a factorial? Sir, this is a factorial. What is that? Basics. What is a composite number? What is an odd number, even number, a prime number? How to do a solving of two simultaneous equations. These things cannot be taught once again. They can be taught, of course, if you are a kid. But are you really a kid? No, you are not. Please go back. If you are bad, go back to basics. I will give you one thing. Ravi, I think we will have to extend this by another 20 minutes, but I'm going to give you one very, very important thing I'm going to tell you guys for a moment. I was in Mumbai, Andheri. I was mortally afraid of water. I have hydrophobia. But I wanted to learn swimming. So very close to my home, there was a very huge, of course, outside swimming pool. And I enrolled myself for that. And the first day, the coach told me, you just hold, he gave me something to, tight to my stomach, around my back, just a floater. And he just said, hold some hands and keep, using your legs and flap your legs. Second day, third day, 2 days or 3 days, I did that. And he said, try doing some kind of a method of floating. Fourth or the fifth day, I remember, he told me, try just for flying flat and see if you can float. He asked me to just fall on the water. And he went away, the coach. I was like, what's crazy? And by the way, it was a 5 feet pool. I am 5 feet 8 or 5 feet 10 or whatever that is. I know that I can't drown. I knew that I can't drown. But yet, I was like extremely fearful. Then you know what happened? And then, by the way, what he told me, I had that floater on still. I want you to listen to this. This is a very important thing for all of you. But I had a floater on still. Then there is an 80-plus-year-old old man who came to me. I was about some 30 years, 30, 32 years, 33, 34 years old. That's the time I was kind of taking it. He looked at me and said, you came here to learn? I said, yes. Remove the floaters. I said, remove the this thing. I said, sir, I don't know how to swim. An 80-year-old man, he looked at me and said, remove. I said, bloody, I am a director. I was a director of an institute. I was teaching CAT. I was bloody big guy even then, or I thought. He looked at me and said, do it. I don't know what had happened. I just did it. He showed me. He got onto the parapet wall, said, look, if you want to dream, if you want to swim, you don't need these stupid things. Just fall on the water. It took me another maybe 3-5 minutes, I guess. It took the courage. But when I fell onto the water, just like this, without any help, I just floated for maybe 15-20 seconds. I was sure that I won't drown. Till that time, it was only a theoretical exercise that I won't drown. But the reality is, I did not drown. It just took a little more time. Of course, there are issues you need to, it's not easy to, go inside the water and take breathing. It takes time. When the first time you drive a car, you want to see the ABC, the accelerator, the brake, and the clutch. So you keep seeing it and you don't see in front. You don't see everywhere. That's fine. But after you get used to it, it becomes easier. Understand this. Quantitative skill it is. Data interpretation, logical reasoning, skills they are. Verbal skills they are. Reading comprehension, skills they are. No skill cannot be learned. Every skill can be learned, provided you have the patience and, most importantly, the confidence that you will not drown. And that's what I'm going to look at it. Ravi, just confirm me whether the PPT is again seen.
It's visible.
Thanks. What I'm trying to say is not to kind of just give you a confidence, guys. What I'm telling you is the truth of life. It's not philosophy. It is real. And each one of you know it in your heart of hearts, but we don't make the effort to do that. And I think that, my friends, is what is important. Here, this is what I want you to do very, very quickly. Arithmetic. What are all there? Ratios, proportions, and variations. What are the topics which are there? How many concepts are there? Basic understanding of ratio, A by B. A is equal to B into K, or A by B is equal to A into K by B into K. That's the ratio. Componendo and dividend. If you know that A by B is a ratio, A plus B by A minus B is same as A by B. Don't worry if you don't understand what I'm saying fast, but that's what it is. What is a basic proportion? Direct proportion, indirect proportion. A, B, C are in proportion. B square is equal to AC, or A by B is equal to B by C. That's proportion. There are indirect and direct proportions and variations. You will see that there is nothing great about that. Or percentages, it's an increase or a decrease, successive percentage increase or a decrease. What's a sales price, cost price, and a profit? And the same thing converted into a percentage, loss and a profit percentage, a mark price and a discount, a continuation of that and a successive discount. All these things, you do it already in your Amazon and Flipkart and your Swiggy. You just don't know that. Or a simple interest, compound interest. If you don't know that, you will lose money. Please learn right away. Don't worry about CAT. Or averages, mixtures, allegations. You know this. You do it all the time in your exams. How many marks more you need? Those of your engineering students, if you want to get a better percentage by the time you finish your final year, you know your third year, you have done all the sins of the first 3 years. You know how much you need to get in your project work to get a full marks, so that your percentiles will increase, percentages will increase. That's averages. Numbers in AP, what would be happening? Net deviation of all numbers from average is 0, weighted average, mixtures, and the allegation rule. There are 4-5 concepts. Time and work, the unitary work concepts, the man days concept, converting everything into man days or an assumed total units, alternate work concept, efficiency and negative work, 6 concepts. Or if I look at time, speed and distance, the basic formula, average speed and its applications, relative speed, within relative speed on normal surface, boats and streams, escalators, and clocks. Yes, clocks is also relative speed, the relative speed of the minute hand with the hour hand. And then linear races and circular races, 7 different concepts. The whole of arithmetic, if I look at it, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5 or 6, 4, you're talking about 10, 20, 30 concepts, 33 concepts, 33 individual small concepts. Each concept, if you take 1 hour, concept will take you 10 minutes to understand. Solve 15 questions in that concept. 30 minutes, 45 minutes you take. 1 hour. You will crack arithmetic, Kirti Verma. What you have spent for 1 hour, I don't know. And how you spent it. This is the way to spend it. First, how do you revise? Somebody asked me this question. I'm going to answer that question. You need to revise. When you want to revise a topic, take a full sheet of paper, blank. Pick your pen and paper. Write down all the concepts that you remember of that topic. Check with the funda book or the class sheets that you have sent. See whether all the concepts have come. If you have missed a concept, let's say you have missed a concept on, let's say, escalators or repeated replacement of mixtures or something like that, write it down. Go to the basic funda level 1 exercise or a level 2 exercise. Don't do level 3. Who cares? You are not going to be mathematicians, guys. You want to be 99.9 percentiles only. Only those people who want 100 percentiles should do level 4, level 3. I'm really serious about this. Level 1, level 2, if you do it very, very well, you will get your 99 plus percentile even today, starting today. And this is what it is for arithmetic, guys. And then look at, I'm not, so the revision should be, I read it, I write all my concepts, then solve the 15, 20 questions. Even if I can solve some of these, I don't have to solve all of these. Some of them I will not solve. Go back to see the solution. When you see the solution, you will see that, oh shit, you understood it. It was easy. Then what do? Close the solution, resolve that on your paper. Let it take time. Let it take 5 minutes. Don't be in a hurry to finish. You're not finishing. If it doesn't take 30 days, 30 hours, let it take 60 hours. Because 9 to 10 questions in arithmetic are there in the actual CAT exam. So even if it takes 60 days and 60 hours, it's okay. What is the big deal? The problem is the fear that you're losing time, the fear that, oh, my marks are not going, or you're not even writing marks, is the half the reason why you don't make don't get scores. You cannot go into an exam thinking of getting scores. You go to the exam thinking of, hey, how do I pick easy questions and leave all the difficult questions? That should be the only goal in an exam. That's match practice. Outside the exam hall, develop the methods of how to make it easy. That is what you need to understand. Okay, 48. Let me go to the next one. Let me not waste too much of time here because I can keep talking forever. Algebra, indices. What is a to the power 0? What is a to the power m by a to the power n? What is a to the power? This is some of these simple formulas. Logs, some simple formulas. Progressions. What are sigma n square, sigma n cube? What is an arithmetic progression? What is a middle term? Geometric progression and the arithmetico-geometric progression. How do you use it? What is a combination of two series? Each one is a concept. 5, 7, 10 concepts. Or quadratic equations. X minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0, where alpha and beta are the roots of an equation, can be converted as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Therefore, what is the sum of roots? Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Alpha into beta is c by a. How did you get that? Connect that. What's a discriminant? What are the roots of a quadratic equations in a parabola cuts the axis? This is asked in the CAT interviews also, for that matter. Nothing big about it. Nothing big about it. It's just that you need to go through it. Or functions and inequalities. There's nothing else in algebra. There's nothing else in algebra. Inequalities a little. What I'm trying to explain to you, my friends, is that the total number of concepts will not be more than 20, 25. Should not take you more than 25 hours. This is what I want you to look at. Numbers and geometry, I've already put it here, just in case you thought I have not put it. I put it here. Where is geometry? This is geometry and mensuration, guys. All the topics, all the concepts are here itself. Therefore, I did not repeat it. If you have seen this, this is your numbers concept. This is your This is numbers, all the concepts. This is geometry, all the concepts. Here the topics are there, and I went into the details of the concepts here. Overall, if you look at it, arithmetic, there are maximum of 40 concepts. In algebra, maximum of 30 concepts. Geometry, maximum of 30 concepts. Can you solve each concept 10 questions at least? Each concept 10 questions at least. Numbers, likewise, some 10 concepts, 100 questions at least. From wherever, from the classes, class notes, and the funda book and the topic tests. Can you not solve this? with 150 days to go, so much of time available. What else is more important in life than CAT and getting through the IIMs? That, my friends, is the game. So don't ever think that it's so difficult. Again, after all this, you will still have to do 13 to 15 questions to get a 95 percentile. You still don't have to do all the questions. And thoda extra junoon you have, that extra fear of the fire you have, you will get that 17, 18 questions right. And that will make your 99.5 percentile plus. If you don't have it right now, get 95 percentile first. Your goal would be to first start with 80 percentile, which means in an exam paper, you need to do 5 net correct. 5 net correct means 5 corrects and 0 wrongs, 6 corrects and 3 wrongs, 7 corrects and 6 wrongs, or 8 corrects and 9 wrongs. Even this will give you 80 percentile. This will give you 80 percentile. I'm not kidding. This is easy, guys. If you don't recognize it, you will have only yourself to blame. But yeah, if you start thinking of how much to study, there is so much. Pick one topic at a day and a time. At a time. Don't ever think of how much more to do. The same thing, if you don't understand, go back and solve it. Second time solve करने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है life में. Third time solve करने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है. You will become better. So in the next 2 slides, I'm going to give you the action plan very, very quickly. And then can you now make it? This is my broad plan. You can increase it to September also, those of you starting very, very now. But can you finish? Can you finish ratios, percentages, profit and loss, this entire area by July once? Similarly, while doing so, can you do numbers once, logs and Venn diagrams once? What I'm expecting you to do is approximately solve 450 questions in the month of July. Each one, even if you take 3 minutes and divide by 60, what I am saying is, can you give 22.5 hours plus another, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours? Can you give 32.5 hours in the month of July? 31 days are there. 32.5 hours for quantitative ability. You may still get 0 marks at the end of July. Don't bother about it. Trust me when I'm saying this. You have to trust me. I'm your coach. I'm your mentor. You have to trust me that you have to do this. But don't expect results immediately. Don't. Then August, can you do this again? 500 questions, same 32.5 hours. And then you start your revision. 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 You will be surprised. You will be surprised that it is very, very easy. I'm not even telling you this. This is your plan. If you want to extend it to September, no problems. Don't bother. Do it. But start today. And 10 days of June is available. 10 days of June are available. You would have started already, Kirti Verma. I'm sorry, I'm using the word Kirti Verma because that girl is there and she wrote something on the on chat. And what about mocks? 20 weeks, 23 weeks are there. Every week write one mock for the next 10 weeks. And also write one sectional test if you want. 10 sectional tests you finish. Then week 11 to week 15 and week 16 to week 20, start writing 2 mocks. Start writing 2 mocks. And then some other exam also instead of sectional. Finish your sectionals by week 15 from today. And 3 weeks bonus is available. Free bonus. That means some week you will go, you want to celebrate Diwali, celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, something else happen. I mean, COVID has been really, really terrible for all of our families. Something or the other might happen. 3 weeks gone. That's 21 days. I'm okay with that. You should be okay with that too. This is a foolproof method of getting a 99+ percentile. Don't think about the negativity. Make sure that you can get there. Last and few final words before I open it up to questions and answers. And I am sure that you probably will still have a lot of questions. The method to crack an exam is, or especially quant, I'm not talking about everything else, is take one topic at a time and forget about the rest of them. Focus itna रहना चाहिए कि वो अर्जुन का focus रहता है ना only at the eye of the fish. That's the kind of things. And then the concentration will come. When the concentration comes, the concept will be in your brain. When you are going saying that I want to finish one subject, one topic, there is no concentration. It's about finish, and you will forget tomorrow morning or day after tomorrow morning at worst, at best. That is. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Don't worry about it. If you don't go back to the same thing. Don't be in a hurry because the basics are important. Anybody tells you basics are not important, they're bloody fooling you. There are faster methods to do it. Faster methods will come only when you know the basics. So be good at concepts. Be good at concepts. Go back and learn the concept again and again and again till you get the concept. Understand the concept. Don't try to only solve questions. Don't try to put formulas. Lots of people say, okay, this is a shortcut for a formula. Don't be in a hurry to do that. It's okay. We have lots and lots of time. 150 days. I already told you 3 weeks you can sleep, but please don't do that. Start tomorrow. Start today if you can. At least for one concept, I'll say, hey, आज मैं ये concept पढ़ के ही सो जाऊंगी या सो जाऊंगा. Can you tell that to yourself? Revise the concepts. Most important thing is revising the concepts. Most people don't revise concepts. Solve the L1 and L2 questions after concepts. Keep taking mocks, but revise them. Revise the questions that you're not able to solve. Go back to solutions. Keep the solutions aside. Once you have understood the solution, keep writing that again. Once again, revise. That's the mantra. Simple mantra to get a 99.5. If you want a 60 percentile, 70 percentile, you don't need me at all. Someday you will get 60, someday you'll get 80, someday you'll get 40. But if you want a consistent 99 plus percentile, then you need to do all of this, nothing more than this. That's my guarantee, my friends. Thank you so much. My name is Arks. I think all of you know it. Now I'll take the questions from all of you. Let's see what questions come in. If there are too many questions, I will have to answer them later in that sense. Thanks, Rahul. Rajat Nair, I'm bookmarking past mock questions after the analysis and I'm trying per topic within 2.5 minutes. Don't bother about trying within 2.5 minutes, Rajat Nair, at that point of time. Okay? So when you're solving, don't bother about the time limit. Only when the questions are there, look at how to get the questions faster. When you're solving, try to solve it comfortably. Ayushi, can you please tell a method of how to start a topic of which classes have still not been conducted? Go open the basic funda books that we've given you. Start from reading the basics. Don't go to the exercise, Ayushi. Thanks, Tilak. Aman, is it okay if I just solve LOD1 and LOD2 of Arun Sharma? I have no idea about what is Arun Sharma LOD1, LOD2. I know about my LOD1, LOD2, which is there in your career launcher. I have nothing against Arun Sharma. He's a very good friend of mine, just for information. He's from IIM Bangalore 1995 batch. I'm able to solve 12 to 4 critical questions correctly for quants. I'm not able to increase this number at all. Here where Aman you should say is, now you need to go to the next level 3 if you're already coming to 12 to 13 questions. 99.9 will be about 50-55 marks, Ganesh Teja. High on energy as always, Ark sir, feeling motivated and pumped up. Thank you so much, Rahul Pandey, once again. CL sectional test, even 28-30 marks lead to 60-70 personality in sectional test. In sectional test, it will happen, Shashank, because the number of students writing the exam in sections is very, very less, Shashank Jain. So don't bother about it. It's marks that you should do that. Sir, whenever I given a mock, I get some wrong and I'm unable to attend some. But once the mock is over, I resolve the questions. I get most of them correct at one go. Shreya Das. So how should I go about it? Don't worry, Shreya. This is normal. I mean, otherwise, yaar, sab kuch aa gaya to mera kya value hai life mein? So don't worry about it, but go back and revise. Third time I said, if I don't know how many of you noticed what I wrote. 3 times I wrote revise there. Same thing. By the time you go to the CAT exam on 28th of November, you will be ready. Don't worry about that. Sir, those of you who have started preparation earlier and solved most of the questions of Funda books, where they should solve the basic concept for the questions. Shruti, go back to the basics once again, or if you want, start solving the topic test. There are so many questions. Revise the topic test. You can reset the topic test. You might think that doing the same question twice is bad. Sorry, it is only going to get you more familiarity. Please go ahead and do that. So Srishti, you can do that after having finished L1 and L2 once. Thanks Neha, thanks Aditi, thanks all of you. Abhijit, Ruma, Manvi, Aditya. Thanks Neha Kannan. Thank you very much is what is saying Shreya Biswas, Kirti. Thank you Harpreet. I am really, we will see each other in the classes again. Harpreet, if you're still there. Shwitideep, how to speed up? Look, I can slowly speak. And I can speak fast also. It's a question of getting used to it, Shwitideep Machi. So Mayank, it will happen initially. Do not worry about it. How to make formula book? That's a good question, Harsha. You need to don't make a formula book. Jab bhi koi concept karte ho, whatever you do, keep writing it down for yourself. Saurabh Mukherjee, I will be worried about your concepts rather than mock scores, frankly speaking. Thanks, Shekhar. Excellent, Ashashvi. Arpita, hi, Arcs, you said, but kuch to bolo. Hi, thanks, Kriti. Consistency, Disha, will come by a few days. It will come. Don't worry about it. If it doesn't come, get back to me. I will help you. Thanks, Supratik. Sir, we have to practice each topic from... Yeah. Whatever the topics that I've got. In fact, this PPT, Ravi, I will send it across to you. If you can put it across, great. Geometry is available in the Funda book again. How can we get some common questions in CAT, which we are doing now? Anurag, that is what we will do it in the mocks as well as in the workshops. Then we take it up. Don't worry about it. Till that time, finish your basics. So Shivam, first class sheets again, and then the Funda book. I would say class sheets are very, very important. Shubhajit, thank you. Thanks, Vidita. No questions today, sir. Thanks a lot for the insightful. Abhishek Sahai, thank you. But I want you to put in effort like I keep saying in the classes. Thanks, Ritika. Should I focus on learning the shortcuts or solve the questions? First, Gun, get the basics. Shortcuts, uska, I mean, मैं बोल नहीं सकता in a class like this, automatic आ जाएगा. ठीक है? In the mock I did today, I left the question that I couldn't solve in 2.5. Thus, in today's mock, I was read and performed. Very nice, very nice. But it's okay. Once in a while, don't worry. Mock is only a reflection of what you've done in the exam. You need to keep improving that. After how much time to revise the topic again? About 25 to 30 days, Naman. Not more than that. So, Pratik, we will also take up one session on test-taking strategies, which will help you there also. Is time sufficient to prepare all sections? If you are a beginner, अरे यार 2 बार prepare कर सकते हो प्रवीण. Tension ही मत लेना. Pooja, after today's summit, this was the cherry on the top of the cake. Thank you so much, Pooja Tiwari. Sir, if I start doing an exercise that should take an hour, I take 2 hours for it, and hence I don't end up. Forget about meeting targets, Amisha. Target should be, I will finish this. Let it take 3 hours, let it take 30 hours. Topic wise, the idea should be not to finish in terms of time, but in terms of the concepts. That's the way to look at it. And don't set more targets. Spend X, if you want to sleep at 11, sleep at 12. If you want to sleep at 12, sleep at 1. Nobody's going to die for working hard. Remember this. More than sufficient, Kashish. I can guarantee you career launcher mocks are more than sufficient. You don't have to go anywhere. That's my guarantee. Shashank, I answered that question. Thank you so much, Sridarshini Chandra. Can you share the marks required? Ganesh, I told you around 55 marks. 53, 54 marks. Skip Palak at round 1, round 2 we'll pick it up, is what I would say. Palak Bhatt. I think there are similar questions coming up. We will do the sessions for DILR as well as for VARC2. What should be our action plan as we have limited time? अरे यार पूरा रामायण हो गया, तुम पूछ रहे हो कौन सा राम सीता राम के क्या लगती है? Which is what I told you, my friend. Please go back to that. Okay, go back to the same video if required be. It will be available tomorrow and you will know what plan to make. Thanks, Shruti. So the Funda books basics as well as the class sheets, if you do, it should be more than sufficient 9 times out of 10. Malika, I will be there. Don't worry. Pranjal is asking, answer my question. Which question, Pranjal? I'm so sorry. There's so many questions which have come in. I think I might have missed your question somewhere in between. Pranjal is asking, are funda books and class sheets enough to complete the basics? Absolutely enough. Absolutely enough. DILR, Aftab Alam, we will take up a separate session. Ravi Teja, please give me a day for DILR. I will go into very, very similar detail of doing these things. Akansha is asking, please answer. But कौन सा question, Akansha ji? मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा तुम्हारा कौन सा question है. बहुत questions आ गए हैं, unfortunately. I'm just missing the questions. Where is Akansha's question? Yes, Ayushi, what I meant was the classes solved by the mentors. How many hours it should take to normally cover a topic? It will change for person to person, Rituparna. Siddharth, I teach wherever possible in life. Thank you so much, Anthony. Shreya, I mean, again, I'm so sorry. There are so many questions. I'm missing out all the questions in between. Guys, all of you have my email ID. Please send it across to me. There are enough individual questions if they are there. May I really, really ask you to send this mail to me? I will answer. Give me 48 hours. I will answer all the questions. Okay? Will that be fine? Thank you so much. We'll be very, very happy. We will share these entire slides too on the video. It will be available to you. And on a very nice Sunday where you had a long MBA summit, you still attended this. I am really, really happy to look at all of you guys. That shows that you are motivated enough to get that 99 plus percentile. We are here to help you out. Thank you so much. Wish you all the very best. Thank you once again. Kriti, just the basic funda book questions as well as the normal classes that you take. Yes, Sarvesh, it will help. Okay, we'll stop it here. Thank you so much. Ravi, once again, and Sham, as always, thanks for sending the reminder mail for joining this session. Wish you all the best once again.